Hello everyone, Toby here. So today we're going to be comparing two very popular smartphone brands in Nigeria. They are more like household names as far as the budget smartphone space is concerned. So it's a strict but fair comparison. Let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so to even things up, I've picked three range categories: the top of the range models, mid rangers, and the least expensive model you can find now in 2020. I must say it was somewhat surprising. In the comparison, the results were not what I expected. So we all know that the Infinix Note 0 and S series are Infinix best of the best. For Tecno, it's obviously the Camon and Phantom series. So rationally, I'd say something like Tecno's Povio will go head to head with Infinix Smart series, the Spark and Hot series, the Camon and S series, the Phantom and your Note. Okay, so fun fact, I did notice that both Infinix operating system and Tecno's operating system were pretty similar. I mean, I couldn't see the difference, any major difference between HiOS and XOS. Their overall software skin are identical. So I grouped the comparison into four stages: design, performance, camera, and price. So design wise, right from 2018, when smartphone designs changed drastically, we're talking smaller notches, thinner bezels. I remember that was the year the iPhone X was launched, on and on till 2019, when we started seeing series of notch designs, your water drop notch, eye drop notch, and a host of other notch designs, every year with peculiar improvements. Both companies have evolved well in the design department ever since then. So I picked the latest of all three groups: Povo 4 and Smart 3, Spark 6 and Hot 10, Camon 16, and Infinix 08. So straight up design wise, for me, I think the 08 looks a lot like a gaming phone. For some people, that's okay, but I think majority would prefer the Camon 16. It has a lot more presence. Even if I was to pick the 08, I would prefer it in black, because black on black, the camera bump wouldn't be that noticed. I'm not saying the other colors are bad, but for me, I think I would prefer the black version. Practicality on both phones would be a plus because of the fact that the camera bump is in the middle. So if you were to drop the phone on a flat surface, you wouldn't have that rocky bounce you usually get from phones with side mounted cameras. Overall, I think it's a tie. I mean, there's no much difference. The design aesthetics of both phones are pretty similar, so I don't think there's any major difference between both of them. They're both high-end flagships from different budget smartphone companies. Okay, next up, for 10, Spark 6. Okay, these two guys, I don't know. Do you notice that for some reason the Spark 6 has almost the same design as your Note 7? I don't know why. It's like Infinix design team just decided to experiment a little bit. I like the fact that Infinix kept everything simple though. The Hot 10 looks nice and clean, just simple, what you expect from 2020 mid-ranger. I think overall it's still closely matched. I mean, they have identical screen to body ratios, design, the same form factor. Obviously, if there were to be a battery disparity, you will be getting slighter thickness from each model's, but they both have 5000 milliamp hours of battery, so thickness is still closely matched. So for this one, I'd say it's a tie. I mean, there's no major difference between either of them. So the next group, Povio 4 and Smart 4, the legendary battery champs. For some people, I think it's going to be a matter of preference. Okay, I like Infinix, I like Tecno better, and I think everything might still boil down to price. Generally, for most people, this is all they look for. I mean, specs maybe, for performance no. I think that's this for me, though. I think it's essential to see if the device is worth the price tag. I mean, you don't just go out because you want to have the latest stuff out there, you want to trend or that kind of stuff. I think even if you're not comfortable, you're not a tech nerd, you're not comfortable with numbers and whatnot, but I think it's essential for you to be aware of what you're buying. if performance is what you care about, both companies use Helio chips, so they both have similar performance. The only difference really would be the RAM, storage capacity, and battery capacity. So generally for everyday use, your normal go-to apps, social media, WhatsApp, Instagram, whatsoever, as far as you don't throw in too much at it, the chips are good to go. For things like gaming and heavy duty apps, the 08 Camon 16 with the Helio G90T chip would definitely stick out. Every phone Infinix and Tecno launched this year still use IPS LCD displays, so no OLED whatsoever, at least not yet. On the higher end models, you will be getting slightly better displays because of higher resolutions and higher pixel density. So for things like YouTube, you will be able to stream up to 1080p videos. For those of us who like to pixel peep. Talking about pixels, let's move on to the camera department. I mean, it's hard to pick a clear winner. Every smartphone Infinix and Tecno launched this year came with similar camera systems because of the fact that they use identical camera lens from Sony. So I guess both companies had to tune whatever lens they use to what they feel is ideal. I mean, how do you think a picture should look? Recently the number of smartphone cameras has been on the rise. Like since from 2018 when we started seeing dual camera setups up until something like the Tecno Spark 5, for instance. That phone has 5 cameras, 5 on one phone. They just match the name Spark 5 cameras. To be honest, it doesn't really matter because apart from your main sensor, the rest are just there to fill up space. I mean, who uses 2 megapixel macro camera or the so-called telephoto lens? Anyways, it's good to have options. I mean, let's not criticize anybody. That's what Android is for. The flexibility you get from having different companies is awesome. So if you're tired of Tecno, you can switch to Infinix or Samsung or Huawei or whatever, as far as you've got the money to do so. Speaking about Kodi, the overall lineup is pretty affordable. I mean, I don't think there is any model for up to 100,000 naira. So I guess you just go for anyone that fits your pocket, at least that doesn't break your bank account. If you would ask me who the winner is, I seriously don't know. I mean, it's hard to say which is better. They both bring same approach to the budget space. So once Infinix takes a lead, it's only a matter of weeks before Tecno does something very similar. That's just the way it is, and vice versa. If you think otherwise, okay, so that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash the like button, subscribe, and endeavor to turn on your notification button so you can be notified when I upload a new video.